I'm going to give you right now what I call the cheat code to true happiness, joy, and fulfillment for your life. I just left the gym right now. Had a nice workout, about an hour, 15 minutes or so. I'm 41 years old, and I really believe that I got the cheat code for you because I'm experiencing this right now as we speak. If you want true happiness, if you want to have a life that you enjoy, if you want to feel fulfilled in your life, here is the answer for you. I believe I have the answer for you. I'm going to give it to you right now. Decide, find out the kind of life that you want. Discover what brings you happiness. Find out what you love to do and dedicate your life to it. But not only that, find out how you can take that and how it can benefit other people as well. And I believe if you do that, you will find true happiness, joy, and fulfillment. Here's what happens to most people and why people go through their entire lives miserable, unhappy, unfulfilled, even if they get the freaking money. Pay attention now. You see people on Instagram. You see people out in the public. They're driving a nice car. They have the Lamborghini. They have the Mercedes. They have all these cars. They go on the vacations. They're wearing this. They're showing you the dream life facade on Instagram. You're seeing all these things. They're showing you the vacations on the yachts and all these things. And it appears that they have a fantastic, fabulous life. And what you do is you want to mimic that. You want to copy that. You want what they have. The truth of the matter is, you don't know what goes on in their life when the lights, camera, and the lights and camera, the lights, cameras are off. You don't know what goes on in their life when they shut that phone off. They say money doesn't bring happiness. There's truth to that. Money in and by itself will not bring you happiness, especially if you're going after the wrong stuff. And that's the problem with people today. That's why you hear the stories of multi-millionaires or even billionaires who decide to delete themselves, jump off a cliff, jump off a high-rise condo. They got all the money. They got all the fame and the wealth. Look at all these famous entertainers out there. Some of them are on drugs right now, as we speak. You heard the stories? You heard the stories? Entertainers, famous. They got everything it seems they want. They got money. They got status. They got the cars. They got the yachts. It looks like their life is perfect. But then they're on drugs. They're on drugs. They're not happy. When all the lights and cameras are off, they're not fulfilled. Something's missing. If you find out what it is you want, you sit down. This might take some days for some people. This might take a lot of time to really digest and take time to really dig deep down inside. And I'm talking about go back to your childhood. Because I'll tell you what's going on. Society has given you a definition of success. Society told you that success is a luxury car, lots of money, designer everything, vacations to Dubai and Mexico. Success. Society told you that success, for if you're watching me and you're a man, is having this hot model girl next to you. And you get to walk around and show the world your baddie Instagram model chick. And you feel proud and you're happy. And now you're the tough guy, tough macho man. Look at my fine fucking model girl with the big booty. And now you can show her off at any Laker game, courtside, right? Success told you that that's the kind of girl you gotta get if you get some money. Society told you once you get some money, you gotta have a model chick. Isn't it strange that a lot of guys that become famous with money, they tend to go after those same type of model chicks? Isn't that strange? How that works out? You were broke, you were a nobody, you had a average looking girl, 4'5'3". Now you got money and fame, and now every guy wants to have a model chick. Eye candy, right? Society told you, once you get rich, you gotta have a model chick next to you, right? You gotta have that Lambo and a model chick. And now you're the man. And then you discover, well, I'm not really a car guy. Do I really care about a fucking Mercedes G-Wagon? Or even a Lamborghini? I really would prefer a genuine connection with a woman. Do I really care and to have an eye candy baddie girl, Instagram 10, who wants constant validation every 2 seconds, taking pictures and selfies every 2 seconds to post on Instagram to get some fucking likes because she's insecure herself? And now you're sitting like, damn, bro, I don't think I really wanted this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Society has given you the definition of what success is like. Society has told you how to live your life. They told you to go get a job, go get a career, do that for 40 years. And at the end of the rainbow at 65, then you can retire off 40% of your income. Go get yourself a fucking mortgage, a 30-year mortgage. Mortgage is a Latin word, mort, which is French for death. Gage meaning engagement. Go sign a 30-year mortgage. Go sign a 30-year engagement. You're engaged. You have an agreement until death. Mortgage. Is that what you want though? What if you want to be remote, travel? What if you want to live in a different spot every 3 years? Is that the life you want? What makes you happy, man? Sit down. Have a conversation with me. I'm talking to you right now. What makes you happy? What brings you joy? When you were a child, before society programmed the fuck out of you. That shit gets deep now. Now we're going to start getting deep. Before society programmed you, before your parents and your teachers and your surroundings programmed you, what were you into? Did you like the piano or the saxophone or the violin? As a child, did you like to draw? Did you like to play certain sports? Were you into singing? Did you like to write? Did you have a passion for cars like me? Did you like to sell things? Were you always business minded as a kid? You know, you were always a hustler? Did you always like figuring things out? Maybe you're like a intellectual problem solver, and you always like dissecting and putting things together? Were you always talking to people and always forming new friendships and always making friends like that? And did you always like to talk? Did you always like talking? Maybe speaking is something you would love to do. Find out what you love to do. Find out how you want to live your life. I did a video before about this. Take a sheet of paper out. Write down the vision that you have for your life. Not the vision that your parents gave you, your teachers gave you, your church pastors gave you, society gave you. What kind of vision and life do you want to live? I believe the cheat code of life is clarity. When you focus on your intrinsic values versus extrinsic, intrinsic meaning things that bring you happiness, things that you care about. Extrinsic, things that would make society happy. Things that would make society give you validation, but not really give you fulfillment and joy. There was a psychologist who said that people who focus on their intrinsic values, they play the piano because they love playing the piano, as opposed to extrinsic values. They play the piano because, that's a way to make money, or you're going to get recognition, or you're going to get the girl. That's extrinsic. Or you're doing it for, some likes on Instagram. He said the people who focus on extrinsic values, they tend to have a higher likelihood of suffering from anxiety and stress and depression. But he said when you focus on your intrinsic values, that brings you joy and happiness. What do you care about? How do you want to live your life? What brings you joy and happiness? What is it that wakes you up in the morning? What is it that you love to do, that you could do for the rest of your life? With technology and the way things are right now, I believe there is not a single thing that you could love to do that you can find a way to monetize it and make a living out of it. It takes brainstorming, it takes planning, you got to be very clear. But once you are very clear of what you want, there's no way you can't find a way to make a living out of that. And that's the reason why you see some people, they're in their 60s, 70s, still performing at Carnegie Hall, still playing piano, still playing instruments, still writing, still speaking, still practicing medicine. I was listening to a podcast a couple months ago about the oldest living doctor. He's 90 years old, still practicing medicine. You think he doesn't love what he does? You think he's ready to retire? People have no clarity. People don't know what they want. They think they know what they want. And then once they get that, they're still unhappy and unfulfilled. You find out what it is you want, and you got to find a way for it to serve other people. Whatever that is, you got to be able to serve other people as well. You get fulfillment like that. You got to find a way for it to serve other people. We're all social creatures. We're connected. We're human beings. And we all have a deep desire to somehow contribute. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you contribute. But you do it in a way that makes you happy. I'm a very good observer. I analyze, I observe. And when I see people just doing crazy things that are like wrecking their own bodies, I'm like, man, there's so much unhappiness out there. So many people just fucking miserable, man. Just using alcohol and drugs and food and all kind of stuff to just get rid of this misery. It doesn't go away. You might temporarily get rid of it. Tomorrow the shit's still there. You know why? Because you're living a life that is not what you want. You gotta find what makes you happy. You gotta find what brings you joy. It doesn't matter if it's not what everybody else finds to be cool. Who gives a fuck about what everybody else thinks about? Who gives a fuck? It's your life. And you only have one. You only have one. And now you want to spend that one life you have living everybody else's shit? Nah, man. That's how you lose. You can't live your life for everybody. You got to do what is best for you. Whatever that is. I'm living my life exactly how I want right now. Exactly how I want. Have I reached the goals I want to reach? Not yet. Not yet. But I'm living my life exactly how I want. It's very intentional. It's by design. And it's very, very clear. It's very, very clear. And I really wish that you could find that clarity in your life. I really wish that everybody could find that clarity in their lives. You know? I really wish that for people. Because once you have that clarity, and once you're really aligned with what you want in your life, man, things just get better. It gets easier. It becomes smoother. You just experience a better life. I don't have all the answers, but that's one of the answers I know works for me, works for a lot of people who find that clarity, and it could work for you as well. So clarity is everything. Clarity is everything. And I think that's a cheat code for you to experience true happiness, fulfillment, and joy. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor. Like the video, hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. It helps the message get spread out so more people can kind of find that clarity in their life before it's too late. Subscribe to my channel. I'm doing these weekly gems every single week. I'm always sharing what I know about different subjects, man, you know. I'm always sharing what I know. Subscribe to my channel for more weekly gems. Comment below. What's one thing that brings you happiness? What's the cheat code? What's the one thing that you find clarity in? You know, what is one thing that you really care for, that you really want to experience? And what's one of your passions? Let me know in the comments. Let's have a conversation. You agree with this? Do you think you disagree? What do you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. All right? And share this video with other people. Share the video with your friends, social media, and all that stuff. I have a resource in the bottom in the description. It helps people with their mindset when it comes to money, health, fitness, and relationships, and just having a happier, healthier life overall. I think it's a very good resource that you could really benefit from. So go ahead and click the link below this video in the description box, and you'll be able to get more information about it. This is Lee. Peace out.